Hi there, it's Kate Borland again, and this is video 2 in the e-commerce series on how to create a e-commerce site using WordPress and the WooCommerce plugin. So in the last video we installed WooCommerce and basically set up the infrastructure or kind of the shell of your store. So the next step now is we're going to install the engine, and the engine is the settings. The settings are what establish how you get paid, who can pay you, where you're going to ship to, your taxes, your shipping. It's basically what allows you, it turns your store into a store so that you can make money. So in order to do that, we're going to go to WooCommerce and then settings. And before I go there, I want to remind you that we've got WooCommerce and we've got products. So there's 3 steps to this process. One is the installation. We did that in the last video. In this video, we're setting up the infrastructure, or that we're installing the engine, and then in the next video we'll go through actually how to add products to your store so that you can really sell things. But first here we're going to go to WooCommerce and then we're going to go to settings. I'm going to walk you through. This video is an overview video. In the Excel spreadsheet or the step-by-step plan that I have for you, there are more in-depth videos that will walk you through exactly what you do need to do for each and every one of these steps. And the reason that I'm not going through it in this video is because this is an overview video, and I also want to make sure that we have an evergreen process going on. So the Excel spreadsheet is what, or that will change as the plugin changes, as as things change technologically. There are going to be changes and things might be in different places. So what I don't want to do is create a video that becomes obsolete. So what we're doing here is going over the overview of what's where. So we are in WooCommerce, we're in settings, and now we're going to set up the general tab. The general tab establishes where you're selling from. Are you selling, my base is United States and California. It defaults to the UK. So you will want to make sure that you make this change. So where's your base location? Where are your store located? Where are you selling to? You're going to sell just to the United States? Are you going to sell to all over the world, all countries? Are you going to exclude some countries? So you're able to make that decision here. Geolocated address. This is I just leave this as default because it allows you to save money, or your buyers to save money on shipping. And then what's your currency going to be? Is it going to be US dollars or is it going to be something else? And then you will click Save down below. I didn't make any changes, so I'm not going to save this. Next, in the next menu item is Products, and under Products is where you're setting up what are your measurements, how are you, especially if you're shipping things, are you shipping in pounds, ounces, inches? So your choices here are kilograms, grams, pounds, or ounces. I'm going to leave it at pounds, and then dimensions are you weighed in, measured in inches or millimeters, yards. I'm just leaving it inches. And then finally, the next step is, are you going to enable reviews on your website of your products? The benefits of doing this is that it can help you increase sales. Social proof is extremely important in today's world. So by allowing your users to review your products, now your people who might be on the fence, they get to take a look and see what other people have said, especially if you have competitors that have products that might be similar or different solutions to the same problem. So you want to make sure that you allow people to leave reviews. The one choice that you want to make is only allow reviews from verified users or owners. The benefit of this is that it is possible, if you allow anyone to review your product, that competitors will leave negative reviews, as a way to increase their sales. So that does happen in this world, unfortunately, but you need to make that call. I'm going to go ahead and check that as yes, and I'm going to click Save. Okay, and now we're going to set up taxes next. And again, this is just the overview. Taxes is there's a lot more in-depth information in terms of what you need to know. I am not an attorney or an accountant, so all I'm doing here is showing you the overview of what you need to do. Each state and municipality has its own regulations. I have included links within the step-by-step guide and Excel spreadsheet for videos and information where you can find everything that you need in one place so that you don't have to go search for it. So I'm enabling taxes. There might be instances where you're not going to enable taxes. So let's say that you are stepping down here. Are you going to show your prices on your website with or without taxes? Yes, I will enter prices inclusive of tax, and what that means is that, say you're selling something for $100 and the taxes in your area are 10%, just for round numbers. So if you sell that item for $100, $10 of that then needs to go to pay taxes to your area, to the tax collector. So what that means is your buyer pays $100, you net $90. So that you've collected $100, $10 of that goes to taxes, so your net is 10. Is only 90. Now the other choice here is I will enter prices exclusive of tax. So again, we're going to charge that same $100, but the system will now know that, okay, well, we have to pay taxes because you've enabled tax calculations here. So the buyer then pays $110. So you net $100, you collect $110, but your net is $100, and that $10 still goes off to the tax collector. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, comment below. In the video below. So now, how are you going to calculate taxes? Are you going to calculate them based on shipping address? Again, in the spreadsheet there is a whole list of exactly how to make these choices. So you'll want to go through those items. I typically choose customer shipping address and shipping class based on cart items, and that we'll go through more in depth when we get to shipping. Okay, the next tab is really probably one of the most important, and it is how do you collect your payments. So this is, you have to set up your checkout because this just defines what kind of payments you accept. So first of all, are you going to accept coupons? Do you enable guest checkout or not? I'm going to uncheck that. What that means is that if I want to know, I want to collect the information. Someone needs to have an account on my website in order to make a purchase from me. So that protects me from refunds. It protects me from a lot of different things. So we're not going to enable guest checkout. You can research that a little bit more in the additional videos that I have included, but it's a call that you want to make. And then down here is your checkout pages. Remember, in the other video we allowed WooCommerce to go ahead and install the pages. So what this does is this is the flow. So you define, I'm going to leave it as the default. If for some reason you created a page that was called something other than cart, maybe you called it shopping cart, you're going to want to define where that person goes once they add something to the cart, and then what their checkout page is and things like that. Terms and conditions, I'm going to go ahead and click privacy policy there, and everything else I'm pretty much going to leave alone. These settings right here is what is going to be displayed on the order page. So these are the 5 options, and I'll go through those in just a moment, but right now I only have PayPal chosen. So I'm going to click Save. And then we're going to go back up to these other tabs here, and I'm going to walk you through them really, really quickly. Checkout options means what payment options are available to your buyer when they reach the cart. So bank transfer, if you want to allow people to deposit directly into your bank account, you're able to do that. A check. Do you accept checks or not? So you'll want to make that call. Cash on delivery, again, COD, are you accepting a COD? So each business is going to have their own protocol on that, so you need to make that decision. By default, these 3 are all chosen, so you want to make sure that you go through each and every one of these menu items to define how you're going to accept your payment. And then there is PayPal. This is what I'm accepting right now, is purely PayPal. And there's a couple of different ways that you're able to use PayPal. What I do is I just send all of my buyers directly to PayPal, so they click buy and then they go to the PayPal interface, which is the secure checkout. That way I don't have to worry about installing security certificates and all kinds of things. It just makes it very, very simple for me. Someone buys, they go to PayPal, and then they're able to make the purchase. You do want to make sure that you set up your email address in terms of, on PayPal, what is that email address that you're going to receive from, that the money's going to be sent to, and then the PayPal and token and things like that, that's all explained in additional videos in this spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and just click Save there. Okay, and then finally, Simplify Commerce is, if you want to accept credit cards, you need to have a credit card, a credit card processor that you have an account with. And there are many, many integrations. There's hundreds of integrations that you're able to set up within WooCommerce. So part of the process of setting up an e-commerce store is, how do you get paid? If you're going to accept credit cards, you need to find a credit card processing company. Simplify Commerce is included as default within WooCommerce. You do need to set up and create an account with Simplify Commerce. There are many, many restrictions with this processing company, so do your research, and I will again have some links about some additional alternatives, but if all you're going to be taking is payments from PayPal, you don't really need to worry about this. If you want to accept credit cards, you do need to integrate that credit card processor into your store. And there will be some additional links again within, in terms of how to do that within this spreadsheet. So there you go on that. And so now we have set up, so I'm only accepting PayPal. I just left it that way. Okay, shipping. Where are you shipping to? Are they downloads? So you'll set up, depending again on what you're selling. How are you enabling shipping? Yet, are you not shipping? So mine are all downloads, so I'm not really going to be worrying about shipping. But let's say it was enabled, and then you're going to go through each of these menu items: flat rate, international delivery, local delivery. So each one of these menu items you need to set up. Is it taxable? Is it not taxable? And there are videos that walk you through every single one of these tabs in the step-by-step guide that's included here. Okay, finally is accounts. Accounts are what pages a person go to once they have created an account. So it's my account page. They're able to view their order, edit their account, edit their address, and this is, you've seen this in probably if you've purchased anything online, and certainly Amazon, eBay. If you've ever purchased anything online, this is what that page will look like on your particular store. So I pretty much don't touch this. I just leave it alone. And then there's the emails. Emails are what emails do your buyers receive after they've purchased something from you. So here's a new order, canceled order, processing order. What do they receive? So you need to go through each and every one of these tabs and make sure that you've created that email, you've input the footer text, what is the email that they're going to receive, and who's it going to come from. So this email is, where does the email come from? Is it, is this coming from Cape Orland, or is it coming from Step-by-Step Local Marketing? And then when you click on, let's look at the new order here, this is the actual email that they will receive. Thank you for your order. It's in processing, those kinds of things. So all of these elements need to be set up. It is a little bit time consuming, but you either need to outsource it and have someone set it up for you, or just go through the process one tab at a time and get it all taken care of. And then you'll just click Save the Changes. And webhooks are more advanced. I am not going to go through webhooks in terms of this video. I will include some links on and videos on what webhooks are in the step-by-step training or the step-by-step spreadsheet, so that you can do some further searching on that. Okay, so there we have it. We've got the WooCommerce settings overview. The next video that I will be allowing you or showing you how to install products on your website so that you can start actually selling things. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get back to you very quickly. Hi there, it's Kate again, and this is just a real quick addendum to the settings video for WooCommerce. I want to take you through one more piece of information, which is we're going to walk through each of the different menu items here under the WooCommerce. Orders is when you start getting orders, it'll list all of the orders that you have taken. Coupons are where you're going to set up any coupons that you have. The reports are going to be the same thing it will give you, so you would add your coupons and things like that right in here. But what I really want to show you here is add-ons. Remember, we were talking about in the payment gateways how to accept payment, and there are a ton of WooCommerce add-ons and extensions. This is where you add them. So let's say you want to accept Amazon payments or Stripe, or you want to integrate with the USPS for shipping. Most of these plugins are or extensions are additional, are paid plugins or paid extensions. Tax rate, shipping tables, depending on how advanced your store is. But this is where you're going to want to take a look through that. The authorized net is another payment gateway that is going to be what you would use instead of Simplify Commerce. PayPal Pro is a paid version of PayPal Pro, and it makes it really, it keeps people on your website. So you'll want to look into all of these different integrations that are available to you, and where you're going to look for them is under WooCommerce and add-ons. The settings tab is just the general basic free version stuff that we just walked through. So if you have any questions, let me know.